Listeners be advised. The Soliloquy podcast discuss matters related to the human experience and many that are sexual in nature. Due to this, some conversations may surround triggering topics such as sexual violence, self harm, abuse, and much more. Please be advised, a list of crisis and psychological resources will be available in the show notes of this episode. With that said, let's get started with the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention please as we go through the following safety instructions.
In the event that there is a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen mask will drop from the overhead. Place the mask over your nose and mouth. Breathe normally as oxygen is flowing even if the mask is not inflated. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Soliloquy podcast, where we step out and speak on sexuality. This is your favorite host, Vernon T. Scott, also known as Slaytor Jackson, and for you freaky motherfuckers out there, Sebastian Adams. On today's episodes, we will be discussing I'm on the wrong thing. Jesus, fix it all. We will actually be talking about online versus traditional dating. Let me get my life together, y'all. I'm okay. But with me, I am blessed to have a brilliant black man with me who's also an author, Chancellor. How you doing today?
What's going on, V? You good? Blessings and balance to everyone that's tuning in right now, man. Shout out to y'all.
I appreciate it. I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Hey, man, every day is a great day. The choice is ours.
Oh, amen to that. So, since this is your first time being on the podcast, do you mind letting everybody know who the fuck you are? Like, what do you do? What you got going on for yourself? All the great things.
On me. So the name is Chancellor K. Jackson. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. If you're from Atlanta, and so you're familiar with the geographics of Atlanta, I'm from Smyrna specifically. But all in all, you know what I'm saying, down to earth, humble dude, very laid back, easygoing, wise individual, natural born leader, motivating and encouraging, very uplifting, influential, nurturing, considerate, selfless, and all in all, just, you know what I'm saying, just a breath of fresh air for sure. I played football the vast majority of my life. Got to play throughout high school and college. Down at Stetson University, go Hatters. Stetson out of Florida. For those that aren't familiar with where Stetson is, but I obtained my bachelor's degree in communication and media studies. After I graduated from college, I landed my first job teaching English to children in China. And I was out there for 6 months before I got locked up out there and did 14 days in a Beijing penitentiary. Came back to America once I was released, and started writing 14 days in Beijing. Also continued to teach and got into coaching, football as well as life coaching, at-risk teens. And we use 14 days as part of our skills. Although I'm my own publishing company, which all my books are published through. I also coach aspiring authors out there. So anybody that's interested in or have an idea of a book that they want to write but don't know how to get it on paper, or already wrote the book but don't know how to go about publishing it, hey man, tap in with your boy. I can definitely walk you through that process. I also rent cars out as well. I have a car rental service. Yeah, man, that's me. Just running a couple marathons trying to get established. That's it, man.
Oh, this is a multifaceted individual, y'all. This man got multiple hats, and we love him. We love a motherfucker with multiple hats. That means you're fashionable. Look at God. So, what are the titles of? You wrote 3 books, correct?
Yes, sir.
What's the name of all 3 so people can go ahead, purchase those? And
Yes,
information will be in the show notes too, because all information is in the show notes.
So you got my first book, 14 Days in Beijing. Pretty much my experience getting locked up in China, just the whole incarceration process. And in addition, I have You Love and You Learn and Real Love Never Dies, a 2-book series. I mean, a 2-book saga, but all in all 3 books is one long series. But the romance saga is pretty much a man's first step towards gaining emotional intelligence, all in all. But it's also a prequel of 14 Days and post 14 Days as well.
Child, not that he mentioned emotional intelligence. Child, this is nothing to do with the actual episode, but you remember that viral video of the black woman who's a therapist who was just like pretty much saying, well, she was targeting black men specifically, but just saying, black men, you need to be emotionally intelligent. What was your stance on that incident when it happened? Because
I ain't even,
oh,
I
what
ain't
was
even see it. I didn't even see it. I don't even know what you're talking about.
what? So you definitely need to look into it. I will
Yeah.
say, just to be on the record, I was definitely on her side because I know way too many black men who do not have the emotional capacity to connect and empathize with people. So it's like we do need therapy. We need therapy. Like, therapy is important, people. It is very important. Like I had a friend break down. Okay, so I have a track record of black men crying in front of me, and it's I know part of that is my history in life coaching and whatnot, but it's like sometimes I'm just like, look, I told you we just like I'm not trying to be a healer in this moment. I'm just trying to help a friend out. But so how was your discovery of yourself in becoming more emotionally intelligent? What was that process like for you?
For sure, like similar to most men, I was raised single parent household. My mama raised me and my brother. Um, Pops was in the picture, but you know what I'm saying, he wasn't in the house for sure. Um, so we have a good relationship. Now are we the closest? Hell no, but we have a good relationship. But he was, you know what I'm saying, he wasn't there. So she really pretty much raised us. And more background on her side of the family, just love and happy fulfilling relationships is just that's just not a thing.
Mm,
And including hers, she has 5 siblings, so 6 kids in total. Out of all 6 kids, I think one is married.
jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, I got plenty of cousins. So, you know, so that's it, you know what I'm saying? Just something that really wasn't showcased in our tribe. You know what I'm saying? Even her
Mm,
parents, she grew up with both parents in the house and everything. That wasn't the best relationship. You know what I'm saying? At least a
mm,
good representation of what a healthy and fulfilling love life should be. Even my pops grew up with both parents in the house, but he a Rolling Stone, so I can only imagine where he got that behavior from. You know what I'm saying? Apple doesn't fall far from the tree, so
mm,
got it. It's from somewhere. So that's just how I was, just in a nutshell. And then I really wasn't even that attractive at first. I ain't glow up to about like 8th grade. I started glowing up then. That's when I started playing football. So I
mm,
lost the baby fat and started getting swole and cut up, and I started growing my locks. So then I started gaining female attention. But I'm not experienced in this field for real, for real. So it was like,
mm,
shit, I really don't even know what the fuck I'm doing entirely. But um, I dated plenty of girls in 8th grade that year, but all them relationships lasted on average like 2.5 weeks. And
mm.
then going into high school, I was like, yeah, ain't fuck a relationship, boy. We should be freshmen in high school, boy. They don't do that to yourself. So it really wasn't until freshman year, I was in class. We was in PE class and we had free time and shit. So I'm just sitting on the bleachers with other students. And the topic of conversation was your favorite sex position. And at that point in time, I was still a virgin. I'm just like, hold on, nigga, we freshmen in high school. We just like, like some of us just became teenagers. Like, how y'all already having this conversation?
Mm,
So it was just an awkward moment for me because I'm like, damn, this is clearly something that everybody seems to be well experienced in to be having a conversation like this. But I just got to try to fit in the best I can. So I was like, well, shit, I got to hurry up and lose this shit. You know what I'm saying? I can't be the oddball out. So, and it really went hard. Like I said, I was already attractive at that point. So I had plenty of females that was choosing on me. I just wasn't really giving them the time of day for real like that. I would entertain them, but far as like trying to be romantic, hell nah. But it was, I had two. No, I think it was one girl I was really attracted to, and I really did. I liked her a lot. But she ended up choosing another nigga over me. So after she did that, I was like, all right, fuck this shit. I'm finna goddamn just finna do me. And really, all I cared about at that point in time anyway was playing football. My goal was to play D1 football. So really, if it ain't had shit to do with that, fuck it. That's how my mindset was. And shit, that's how I was all 4 years. And then senior year, of course, now football's coming to an end. So now I'm a little bit more open to, you know what I'm saying, taking on a female romantically. Tried with 2 different girls, and both of them blew up and backfired and blew up in my face. One other girl, she was dealing with another nigga the whole time, and the other girl, she she ended up leaving me at the movie theater because we went Dutch as far as paying for the tickets. So after that shit, I was just like, man, fuck all this shit. I'm finna get ready to graduate. Nigga, I'm gonna be a freshman in college and I'm gonna be playing college football. It don't matter. So once I got into college, oh yeah, it was, boy, I was hell on wheels, boy. I'm talking about full. But I was real though. I kept it real. That's one thing. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with you. I ain't gonna say dreams. I ain't gonna do none of that. But we gonna vibe, all that shit. The energy, it's gonna be harmonious. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a vibe. But shit, this is all it's gonna be for sure. So I did my thing for about 3 years, and then junior year I was ready to try to settle down. And I tried 2 females at first. Neither one of them went through. And I was like, all right, boy, I'm finna go back to the old ways. Boy, I'm finna say fuck this shit again. And then that's when I met Shawty, who I wrote, you know what I'm saying, who is a part of pretty much the premise of the romance novel. That's when I met her. And now my whole perspective on just love and being romantic has changed, because at first I was like, fuck love, fuck all that shit, nigga. That shit a waste of time. Y'all niggas foolish. You know what I'm saying? I looked down on it until I was immersed in it and one was able to accept love. That was privy to. I can give love all day. That's everything I do. That I can give love all day, but as far as just receiving, yeah, that's something I really wasn't. I didn't know how to do. Or at least, you know what I'm saying, wasn't willing to do with just anybody. So once I finally did do it, and shit, man, that shit was beautiful. It was a beautiful experience. And I grew a lot, matured a lot, and all in all, just made me want just better. It sharpened me for sure. The entire experience for whoever my final partner shall be. You know what I mean?
Well, that's real. And I think this is going back to something that you said a little bit earlier about essentially not even having role models of what a healthy relationship would be like, or just having people around who are in any kind of committed relationship, or even showing love to each other. That I think that's the story of a lot of people of this age, and even from those people older than us. Like, it's just that focus of you're just focusing heavily on yourself, not trying to accept love, not trying to be vulnerable to any kind of openness that anybody else can provide. It's easier to just put up that brick wall and not let something in that we, as I say, as a culture, or a society in whole, just want to keep people away. We want to keep people out there, and because we're doing that, we don't leave ourselves open to receive emotion, give emotion, or just embrace emotion at any kind of level. So we find ourselves in a lot more superficial situations, not wanting to really communicate with our partners, not wanting to express our needs, our desires, our wants.
The Holiloquy podcast focuses on the variability of sexual expression. When it comes to sexual expression, we often depend on pornography to illustrate how one must perform sexually. For those who have not learned this by now, the stuff you see in porn is not real. Pornography provides a singular perspective of sexual expression that is not often the reality we see during our own sexual encounters. The Holiloquy podcast is a conversation that takes you outside of the compressed box of what many know about sex. Some of the topics we discuss includes kinks, condom usage, status disclosure, and past sexual experiences. The Holiloquy podcast steps out on sexual norms and recognizes that the norm is not the only normal. Subscribe today and join the conversation.
Not wanting to really communicate with our partners, not wanting to express our needs, our desires, our wants, and it's just a cyclical loop of just tarnished relationships, or heartbreak, or hurt. Like even the myth of you have to hate your exes or you have to be upset with your potential in-laws and stuff like that, and it's like, no, you can have healthy relationships with these people regardless. It's just being willing to allow that to happen. But it's easier to not allow that to happen and close that door.
On me. And just to piggyback off of that, like all my partners, especially for the most part, the partners I grew up around, we all single parent children. Now, when I got to college, now I'm making friends that grew up in two parent loving households, and they are completely different. You know what I'm saying? They are completely different. So I was like, okay, I see I see the differences, and I had the whole go about just because of the foundation, how the foundation was laid. So
yeah,
for sure, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of unlearning and relearning. That's all it is.
Facts. Well, that was a beautiful tangent that we went on. It's a part of the show. It's a part of the show. We never know how it's really going to go until we get on. So the topic of discussion is online versus traditional dating. I know your preference because of our intake meeting, just so it could be on the record for the podcast, because I always ask people this anyways. Between the two, between online and traditional dating, which one do you prefer most?
Traditional. For sure, just because of the authenticity within it. You know what I mean? Especially when you just run into the individual on the humbug. Like you wasn't expecting it, wasn't planned, just naturally. And then y'all just hit it off. And now, with it being physical from the very first interaction, you got more of a feel of this individual versus somebody behind the screen. You know what I mean?
I get that. Like, I know for me, I definitely do enjoy that. Like, you know, when you meet up with somebody the first time, that like, even if you just saw them at a distance, like for me, I do prefer online dating just for the ease of it, but it's nothing like when you really meet that person, or really, because you cannot really understand somebody's true chemistry through like an online space. Like the communication you have, it might be on the phone, it might be through text, whatever it is, but when you have that in-person connection where you can, it's going to sound weird, but smell them, you can you know what scents that they are wearing, you can feel their skin, you can really see who they are. That, like, there's nothing that beats that level of intimacy and being in those traditional settings. So I definitely get you there, because it is a lot more authentic. Like, it's nothing like being around somebody and you accidentally screw up and like your walls break or something like that. Like you're trying to put on this image of being super perfect because you don't want to screw up, and then something crazy happens. You're like, oh shit. And then you both, like, from that, either laugh and enjoy that moment, or sometimes it is a deal breaker. But you know, those kind of
Vulnerability at its finest.
Exactly. Something that you we were talking about in the intake meeting was about building a bond. What kind of things do you do to build a bond? Build a bond with your potential partners, anyone that you're currently dating, or just in general? How do you build bonds with other people?
Definitely just got to spend time together for sure, and explore each other's interests. So whatever she like to do, shit, we gonna do that. We're gonna, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna do a little bit of shit I like to do, gonna do a little bit of, and now shit, now we got a feel for each other's vibe. Now we can really find moves that can incorporate both, or just, you know what I'm saying, we could just explore some whole new other shit. You know what I'm saying? We just know each other. You know what I mean? Like, not just know, but like, you know somebody, like the core of them. For shit, sure.
I like that you mentioned explore like new things because like the thing that really irks me is when people think that their partner is supposed to like everything that they like and they're supposed to like everything that they like. And I'm just like, no, y'all can have your own separate things and you can have certain things that you do have in common. But I feel as though having something that you two find interesting that's completely new to both of you is what really grows and connects a couple whenever they're in those building phases or even within the longevity of a relationship. How do you feel about finding new activities or joys with your partner?
Um, shit, definitely. The internet. Shit, you depending on what you constantly looking up on your phone, it's going ads are automatically gonna pop up. You know what I'm saying? That's geared towards that liking. So definitely internet plays a huge part. Like, oh damn, bro, look at this shit. Especially folks be sending me TikToks. Hey bro, TikTok is fucking this. I'm not on TikTok, so it's just crazy to see people send me like you can find anything you looking for on TikTok. Like damn, look for places in Atlanta. A plethora of just different videos. Like, oh shit, bro, look at this. Oh, look at this. Oh, shit, this little file. Let's go try this place out. Let's go try this place out.
Hmm.
Or you know what I'm saying? It's really just what you see on in media, TV shows. They be watching the movie together. Like, hey, bro, look at that in fucking Amsterdam. Shit, let's go to Amsterdam type shit. The idea might pop. You know what I'm saying? Just I'm just very spontaneous. So as an individual, so you can rock with that. Hey, we gonna be lit.
Respect. I respect that. I know, like, well, this is going back to the time when I was with my ex, and we didn't really, well, we had anime in common, and we separate. The thing that we really had like a huge diverse perspective on was food, because this mofo was only like, I only like what was it? Fries and fucking chicken nuggets. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, what kind of diet is that? There's like all this other food out here. But that was his thing. But over, months of what and just getting to know each other even more, we like he learned more about like I like to do adventurous things. Like I want to be out there and like go laser tag and go karting and all this other stuff. And he's a little bit more reserved.
Yeah.
Not to say this was the issues that brought the relationship to an end, but I think having those kind of discussions with your partner and like you said, going to Amsterdam if you got that, or like looking at new movies or finding new interests. Oh, it brings adventure back into any relationship in a way. Like there's nothing like watching a new show, then discussing the episode with somebody.
Facts.
And if I'm watching this with my partner, they're here, I'm here, and we can have this whole last conversation. Like, what did you think about this first episode? Like, did you like it? Did you hate it? Are we going to go to episode 2 or 3? Like, what are we going to do here? And I think that's weirdly to say, I think that's part of the flaw in that Netflix and chill era that we had, because it's like nobody really was, really watching them films or whatever. But at the same time, if you were watching a TV show, you're not talking about that often with your partner, because the main goal of that is to get some like all right, we comfortable now, can we start fucking kind of thing. Like that became the norm of the Netflix and chill era. uh, what's your perspective on that?
Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, it's like an icebreaker. It's like an icebreaker. This shit show, especially when y'all both know what type of time it is.
Hmm.
I think it's kind of childish. I feel like niggas gotta do all of that. Like, come on now. But shit, sometimes you just gotta do that because you know what I'm saying, just to
Hmm.
ease the tension in the room and shit. Yeah, yeah. But I don't even really watch Netflix and shit for real. I don't really be
Hmm.
watching TV. I like listening to music
Mm.
mainly. Yeah.
So for I would say for you to engage with the partner in terms of like exploring something new, that's like,
Oh, your audio went out.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, go back and fix that. But essentially, what I was asking, like, for yourself, would you say that you're more of the type that will like to share playlists with your partner to like understand their vibe and see what y'all have in interest? And would you create a playlist with your partner? Not like, oh, this is only for sex or whatever, but like a playlist of all y'all's favorite songs to like listen to on a joyride somewhere or whenever y'all into the home and just want to jam out and shit like that. Is that something that you would do?
Yeah, yeah, goddamn. Really, it was more than likely when we chilling. I'm gonna be playing some music. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely gonna ask you, okay, what you know what I'm saying? What type of music you listen to? Really, I'm gonna ask you what you stream your music off of. If you on Apple Music like I am, I bet. What's your profile? That's all I need right there. Give me a profile. I'll go listen to your whole. I'll start playing your shit for real. You know what I'm saying? I'll start playing your shit. And just so I can really just see where you know, so you can tell a lot about a person. You know what I'm saying? Just based on the music they listen to and how they go about structuring it for sure. You know what I mean? And that's something I take serious. I definitely got multiple playlists on Apple Music. I got, you know, my profile lit. My profile lit.
So, what is your music science? So, you say that you can tell a lot about a person, which I do agree. But what is it that you take away from people based off of their playlists? Like, let's say if they have a lot of R&B versus if they have a lot of reggae versus reggaeton, or if they even
Yeah.
just have like just rap. Like, what is your takeaways for those specific genres?
Shit, you just know somebody vibe. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker listening straight NBA young boy, nudie, and you know what I'm saying? This is a very aggressive. At least they, you know what I'm saying? They probably won't even be aggressive like how they, you know what I'm saying, naturally, but just how far as how they come off might be aggressive, or it's gonna be some form of aggression in some form of fashion because that's what they listen to on the regular. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this music shit is really music is, man, it's so, I feel it's so in depth. It's just especially from a psychological standpoint, what music does to humans. You know what I'm saying? I feel like depending on what you listen to is or can manifest in your life. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
For sure. So you listen, you got some R&B. I know you chill. You know what I'm saying? You got some soul to you for sure as well. You know what I mean? Reggae, oh shit, you got the vibes. You know what I'm saying? You with all the vibes and shit. You know what I mean? Pop, shit, you like to follow trends for sure. You like to follow trends. Gospel, hey, yeah, okay, sanctified, holy, for sure. You know what I mean? So you can tell a lot.
I feel like that pop was shade, but not I didn't feel the shade. Like for me, I personally don't be listening to pop like that, but I feel like there was some shade in that, and I accept that shade because I thought of some people who only listen to pop, and I'm just like, you know what? That's all they do. They on the next trend, and I'm just like, I don't recognize you no more. Like you, like who the fuck are you?
Um,
Look, we got the curly bangs. Yes, do you? I love y'all. The baby hairs are slick and glued to the gods. We love it. Oh God, but I love it, people. I really do. I just can't do the trend things because
yeah,
it shifts so much. It shifts so much, and I'm just
man.
like, I can't forget who I am again. No, we don't. No.
Some people never knew who they were.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Whew. Now,
Mhm.
another thing that we ended up talking about, getting back to the subjects at hand. Another thing that we ended up talking about in an intake meeting was like whenever you're out and about in these streets and whatnot, minding
Mm.
your business and finding interest in other people, that you actually prefer when the woman like approaches you rather than seeking them out. Do you mind explaining that a little bit more?
That's just how it's been all my life, honestly. Like once I became attractive to the female eye, shit, I ain't have to do much. I ain't have to do shit. I was so lazy being focused on football, like that's really all I gave a fuck about. Still had a social life and everything, but at the end of the day, football was the end goal. So you know what I'm saying? I ain't really care to, you know what I mean, chase females and all that other shit. I'm chasing dreams. Um, but that ain't mean they ain't pursue me. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, yeah, that's what I'm used to. It's been like that my whole life. Me and my brother, my brother, he was pulling. We was younger. He was pulling females way before I was. So and he's even man, he's so antisocial. He's worse than I am, but still, I'm talking about female be breaking their neck looking at him. He won't even no mind. Like this is how we are.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like I was definitely like on the the spectrum of introvert and all that other stuff, and like even for myself, at times I don't mind, like reaching out to somebody. Most definitely, I find them cute and very attractive, but I don't like to make the first move. Most definitely when it comes to like meeting up with somebody or even a hookup. Like half the time, I don't be thinking about sex, but like for me, because it's kind of going off of what you mentioned earlier about with the Netflix and chill situation, how that's kind of the icebreaker to warm a woman up. But for me, if you can't say the statement of I want to fuck or I want to have sex, I'm not paying any attention to it. Like it has to be stated. If it's not
On me,
stated, then it's not going to happen.
on me.
And I think that's a part of my um, wanting to be approached aspect rather than seeking it. Now, if I am going to be seeking it, I just say straight up, like, this is what my intentions are. What's up? Are you on the same page? If you're not, life is good. Um, has there has there ever been a point where you were more of the seeker versus waiting for someone to approach, or it's always just been you waiting?
Um, I wouldn't even say I wait. I wouldn't even be. I wouldn't even wait. Shit, I just if it happen, happen. If it don't, it don't. On that type of time, shit. Goddamn, but if it do, then shit. All right, we lit. We lit. Look at that. Now, shit. I can initiate everything. Then I got a green light. All right, bet. I just, you know what I'm saying. I ain't trying to waste my time. You ain't trying to waste yours. So because clearly you ain't trying to waste no time. So all right, bet. Let's do
Hmm.
it for sure.
So, how do you feel about that conversation of, well, not necessarily conversation, but that idea of men having to be the predator in the romance situation? They have to be the one that's being active rather than passive. What's your perspective? Well, I know for yourself you're on the more passive side of it, but what is your perspective of that belief system, that standardized image of men have to be the aggressor in relationships versus the passive identity?
That shit is just how it's old times. That's it. This is how it's always been. At least from you know what I'm saying, our ancestors. That's how our ancestors were. And the media portrays it a lot as well.
Hmm.
Really, you know what I'm saying? That's what the media portrays a lot. Um, so it's just really a societal norm. That's just what it is. But change is inevitable at the same time. So now shit is shifting, shifting gears like a motherfucker. Shifting gears like a motherfucker, boy. So it. I feel like women has always been aggressive. Like it's a lot of aggressive women out here. At least as of now, they are. At least for me, like how it's been for me growing up, from old to goddamn my age, goddamn man, it's women be shooting they shot for sure. Some of them just real slick with it. Some of them straight out into your face with it.
Hmm.
Um, some, you know what I'm saying, they playing it just like you know what I'm saying, two could play that game type shit. It's like, and it's more of a mind game for real. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can feel the vibe, and then it's like just one of us is waiting to see who gonna say something. But just knowing that I feel that vibe, that's enough for me. That's enough for me. Like, all right,
Um,
but yeah.
do you have any regrets of not approaching someone? that you somewhat felt the vibe for, and it just never went anywhere?
Hell no, there's so many women on this motherfucking planet. Oh my goodness, we talking about billions of people on planet Earth. So that's a good portion of that is women, and I think it's more women than men.
I think so too.
So shit.
There's options. That's a thing that I've been trying to like help a lot of people understand, because when someone gets fixated on a person who either broke up with them or they're no longer together for whatever reason it is, to understand that, hey, there's like billions of people on this damn planet. Like, I get like in your local area, this that might have been the baddest person, but we live in a space where you have travel, so you can always visit someplace. If it's possible, you can move to a new city, or you could just revisit somebody else that is out there. Like, yeah, it's a small knit community, but come on, there's more than 1,000 people in any city,
Let's go
so
back
come
to the
on.
first topic. Goddamn, internet day. Shit, internet.
Right.
What?
Well, maybe you get flued out somewhere.
Come on.
Now, before we end up closing out this episode and getting into some never have I ever, one of the other things that we end up talking about is like essentially how to talk to other people and build on a conversation. So, essentially, whenever someone approaches you and you start conversing, like how do you connect with people in conversation?
Um, Really just depend on what we talking about. For real,
Mhm.
for real. But for the most part, we really get in depth, especially if like it's a mutual vibe there. We just expand, like how we've just been having this casual conversation, but clearly on topics, but we've been going off on all these natural tangents. Like it's shit. It'd be shit just like that. You know what I'm saying? Just piquing interest and a perspective, and then just wanting to explore that perspective.
Mhm.
Yeah, vice versa at the same time. All analogies, you just getting to know each other.
I get that. Like, do you uh, ever use like icebreakers in conversations with other people that you're getting to know, or you just wait for that natural flow, just to see how they respond to something, or their communication style? Like,
Yeah, I just use a natural flow for sure. Yeah, yeah. I really ain't got a lot of icebreakers just on you know what I'm saying, to throw off the top of the dome.
mhm.
Yeah, I just go for the natural flow for sure.
I'm the same way. Like, I know some friends who like do have like wonderful icebreakers, and I'm just like, for me, I just don't know when to throw those in. Like, or like, if I'm chatting with somebody, we're out to dinner, something like that. I'm not thinking about, okay, what's something that can make them feel more comfortable? Because for me, I feel as though you being there means that you're already comfortable enough to have a conversation. But
Yeah.
I know, like, if I'm like at a bar or something like that, uh, I guess talk about the drink that the person. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, a lot of females approach me in the bar. At least when they do, it be older. It's always it'd be the older ones that be hopping down. Older ones gonna hop down, but
mhm.
they be players. They be some players. They be smooth little game.
So, what's your perspective of superficial conversations, though?
Shallow and pedantic.
Mm, straight like that. So I would say that's the deal breaker for you. Like, if it's a surface level conversation that doesn't go anywhere, it's just like, okay, I probably might have to like communicate with somebody else.
I can shoot the shit with you for sure,
Hmm.
but once I say what I need to say, then that's just gonna be it. For real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Until the next topic comes along, and
Hmm.
we'll try it again.
Yeah, that's real. For me, I personally cannot handle too much shallow conversation, because after a while I get bored. Because like, I'm not the type to WID on a regular basis. Like, if you have to ask me what am I doing every 5 minutes, we're not going to have a great conversation because it's the same fucking thing. Or I really don't like whenever I'm asked, like if I do ask somebody what they're doing and they're just like chilling, and I'm like, what does chilling mean? Like, are you watching TV? Are you just like relaxing? Like, what are you doing? Like, what does chilling look like for you? Can we talk about that? If not, then we're wasting each other's time.
That's facts though. That's facts though.
But really, I would say this will be a good place to go ahead and put a pin in that conversation and go to some never have I ever. So never have I ever been spanked with a belt, whip, or paddle.
No.
I definitely have. Well,
You know what I'm saying? We talking about from my mama type shit.
see, that's the thing. I would say in terms of like upbringing, definitely has been spanked with the
What's up?
paddle.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
with the belt.
For sure.
Sexually, I have been spanked before. With the what was it? It was a flog. I have had light spanking, so I've done that. But for you, in terms of like sexual experiences, you have not.
Nah.
Is that something that you're ever willing to try?
Um, I don't know. I don't think as of right now I say no.
Hmm.
But shit, I know the older you get, the kinkier you get. So
Yeah.
shit.
Because look, after a while, you just stop giving a fuck. You just like, you know what? Let me see what this is about. I saw this random thing on YouTube or on the TikTok. Let me go ahead and see what this is about. And just for the audience, we actually do have a kink episode, so y'all might as well make sure you subscribe so you can hear that conversation when it happens. Might bring this back up, probably not. um, would you like another question?
For sure.
So never have I ever had a sexual encounter in a public restroom. This book is after me.
In the restroom, nah. Oh, well, public restroom, yes, I have, but shit, it was vacant for sure.
So I have to say I've done the same, and that was the night I almost went to jail. So
Oh, yeah?
ever since then, I was like, you know what? I can't do that public stuff no more.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-mm,
Man.
we don't fuck with that no more.
Man.
I'm good on that. Like I've gotten offers, be like, oh, we can go. I know a spot, and I'm just like, if that spot is not a house, I don't fuck with it. I
Man.
can't. um,
Well,
did you have fun in that restroom?
it was an experience for sure. Me and two partners, we was running a train on a girl. We was running a train on a girl, and it was in an apartment pool, public bathroom, restroom. Goddamn, that shit was interesting because it was at night too, so it was like, well, it was dark as fuck in there. So we got them using the flashlights on our phone because we didn't want to turn the light on and you know what I'm saying, see
Keep
the
it
light
low.
come up under the door and shit. Uh, so, but yeah, we all three of us. I tried to hit, I really couldn't do it, so I was like, I'm good. The other two they did their thing, and then shit, we dropped it. Her friend was outside waiting.
Wait, so her homegirl didn't want to be a part of the party?
Nah, she was like, nah, I'm good. So she just waited outside. It was cold too, so I'm like, she thugging. So then we, you know what I'm saying, dropped them back off at their crib, and then shit, we went home. I dropped them all, or dropped my partners off, and then I went home.
I'm a huge supporter of like threesomes, foursomes, orgies. Like, look, wherever the multi-partner play is, enjoy it. Like, have a good time. As long as everything is consensual and everybody is like there for pleasure, enjoy yourselves, people. Like, yes, ain't no judgment around here. So, would you like or would you rather?
Would you like, or would I rather what?
A question.
Oh shit, sure.
So, would you rather take a lover with terrible body odor or one with horribly bad breath?
Breath.
Hmm. Interesting. Why the breath?
Because I feel like that's just one aspect of the body
Hmm.
that we have to mask. And I feel like that's a lot more manageable and tolerable versus just straight out BO. Because now that shit coming from all the hot spots. So
Mm.
you know what I mean? So yeah.
I get that. I will say, for myself, I will go with the bad breath as well. Um, Mostly because, like, one, I'm not like that big on kissing anyway, so I don't have to worry about that as much. But I know, like, morning breath is going to be like, whoa, so we probably have to like sleep head to toe, whatever. Like, I don't know for sure, but
Goddamn.
like, yeah, you can throw mints in and everything, and that'd be great. But like the BO in general, like everywhere, there'll be a point where I'm just like, okay, fam, we need to go to a doctor to see what the fuck is going on with this. Like, I know at least with bad breath, it can be a bad tooth or something like that. It is really manageable now, but the full body armor,
Crazy.
I cannot. Now,
Human
for
have
those people who are into that kind of thing, y'all do y'all. I
Woo!
will make sure if I find that person, I'll let you know. Look, I got your partner for you, boo. Oh God. So, with that being said, it's time to go ahead and close up this episode. Chancellor, thank you so much for being on the podcast. I truly appreciate you. Do you have any last words that you would like to share with the audience? Any tips, tricks, thoughts, anything?
Um, I usually I'll usually leave a quote. And it's mainly, you know what I'm saying, just far as just to help you reflect on just life and your journey. Um, and it goes long winded, running through this life like it was mine. Never settling, but setting every goal high. 1,000 burpees on the path to my own self destruction or success. But what's a mistake without the lesson? You see, the best teacher in life is your own experience. None of us know who we are until we fail. They say every person is defined by their reaction to any given situation. So, who would you want to define you? Someone else or yourself? Whatever you choose, give your heart to it and stay strong.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. Y'all take that word with you. Keep it. Again, thank you so much for being on the podcast. Again, I really do appreciate you for being here. To the listeners, thank you all so much for listening. Just in case no one else told you this today, you are beautiful. You are worthy of happiness and joy. You are enough and then some. You may not live up to the expectations of others, but that is okay. You are only required to walk in your own shoes. May each day you live lead you towards abundance. With that said, love you all and see you next episode. Bye.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to the Holiloquy podcast, where we step out and speak on sexuality. You can subscribe to the podcast through your favorite podcasting app and find us on the web at www.holiloquy.com. That's www.heauxliloquy.com. Share the podcast with your friends and join the conversation.